You're probably wondering, is Gikomba the business for you? Today, I'm here to debunk everything about Gikomba. Since I've been in the Gikomba industry, that is the thrift business, for a while, and I can say for the past few months I was making some sales, but I closed down unfortunately because the business was not serving me anymore. And here are some of the lessons you can take away from this video. So we want to discuss thrifting. Is thrifting profitable? Can you make a living out of thrifting? Is it worth it? Is it too saturated? Those are the things we want to uncover today. So today we want to begin from a beginner's perspective. When you go to Gikomba and you start taking the things, you have this amount of money, you want to go to Gikomba, take some few thrift items so that you can resell them. First thing you need to understand, what is your market? Are you selling online? Are you selling on the streets? Are you selling to an estate type of setting? Are you selling to some of your friends? So the first thing you need to understand is who your market is. So if you're selling online, your market is kinda, there's many sites you can sell online from. There's Instagram, there's TikTok, there's Twitter, which Twitter is not too much. Twitter is just like for informing your people. There's Twitter, there's GG. Those are the sites I know you can sell your items, like post the pictures and maybe you can get some feedback or some videos. So with Instagram, you have to understand your clientele is willing to pay a little bit more for your product, because Instagram is more of aesthetics, it's more of quality, it's more of the designer, it's more of the outer. Instagram requires quality items only. Don't go on Instagram and start selling maybe clothes that are not high quality, since your customers depend on visibility, the visual appeal of the product. So for Instagram, kindly take only quality items. You'd rather take 5 pieces, market them fully, post videos fully, but do not take items that are not quality for Instagram, because Instagram, after the people see you're not selling quality items, so since we've covered the Instagram market, where we have stated that for Instagram it's quality only, if you're not selling quality, just exit Instagram and enter maybe in TikTok. So now let's discuss TikTok. For TikTok, it's kind of a different market. They don't expect you to sell quality stuff, because the age gap for the people on TikTok is not like 30 to the most people on TikTok are the youngins, the Gen Zs. So selling to the Gen Z market is kind of easier. I cannot, if you want to sell to the other market, it's okay, but I can say for TikTok, mainly on Gen Zs, and they don't prefer the high quality items, they just want fashionable pieces. Fashion being the statement. They want something that will stand out, something that is popping, something that is trending. So for TikTok, follow trends, follow the age, and market yourself with maybe music. Do something that the TikTok people are doing, so that the TikTok market can be able to relate to your stuff, know whatever product you're selling. Yeah, that's it about TikTok. Let me cover hawking, which is what I was doing. I was posting on Instagram, but not as much. I don't have a dummy and my stuff wasn't as quality, but I was still managing to post some stuff. So I want to discuss hawking. Is the one I did for the past 3 months, and I can say hawking is not for the weak. Hawking is not everybody's piece, and sometimes hawking may take up much of your time. So with hawking you hawk daily, right? From 4 to maybe 8. Those are the allowed timestamps. Allowed in quotes. Since allowed in quotes, I repeat again, allowed, it's supposed to be from 4 to 8 or even 9. You wake up in the morning, go to the market, the Gikomba market, you thrift your items. They don't have to be quality, but they have to be good looking. Hawking is all about optics, positioning yourself, because the location you're at, if many people come across your stuff, they will be able to approach you. Hawking is all about, I've said hawking is all about positioning, eye-catching items, and all size. You're supposed to be to cater for medium-sized people, petite people, plus size. Every type is on the street, so you're supposed to be able to cover all that. So with hawking, you're expected to have a little bit of stock, like a lot of stock, because you need to cover all those people. Now with hawking, there are some downsides. If you don't have a license, actually most of the hawkers in Nairobi don't have a license, let's be realistic. So after taking your items from Gikomba, the streets are not easy. You see hawkers running away sometimes because city council officers just come to harass them. Some want money, some want just to harass you. Those people are not nice. Assuming you don't run away. The city council officer comes, the first one, he requests you to give him 100 shillings, right? That is the first one. That is at 4 p.m. 4:30, there is another squad that comes, 100 shillings, right? 5:30, there is another squad that comes, 100 shillings. Can you tell me, how will you be able to manage your expenses, your profits, and also cover the it's not realistic. So hawking is not for everyone. If you see people running away, just give them way, because that is what they need to do. So hawking, person who quit hawking, I would say hawking is not worth it. It's not worth it. You have like a little bit of stock, and that is not the first thing you want to pay your rent with, your expenses, everything with, because hawking will not start giving you money ASAP. You need to have like starting capital that is nice, because assume the city council guys get a hold of your clothes, you're not able to run away, and they take your clothes. That is like 200 shillings. You've not made any profit that day, and they still transport, they still food, they still rent you need to cover. So hawking, I would say in this day and age, try online, because online reduces your expenses, saves you time, and gives you a chance to make content. Now on the next video, I will be discussing on how to get around in Gikomba. Is such a tricky place, and I know and I understand it, because the money I'll be charged is not the same this other person will be charged. And another thing, there's so many brokers. Gikomba market just requires you to move with precision. How is it called? Gikomba it requires the heart of steel. It's not easy. Anyway, since today we've covered about knowing your location, your target market in selling thrift items, the next video we're going to discuss on how to maneuver the Gikomba market, knowing how to bargain, knowing where to get items, and yeah. That's it for today's video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. On the next video, we're discussing Gikomba market now at the insides. And yeah, catch you guys on the next. If you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. This is Business Talk with Elaine, where we talk money, investments,